This is the first time I am congratulating the Ambazonian. This is the very first time I am supporting the idea and the strategy of the Ambazonian since the Anglophone crisis started in 2016 and turned into an Ambazonian crisis in 2017. This is the very first time I am standing with them. Welcome to TFA Talking Point. Please subscribe to our channel. Thanks for your support. And join this group. Let all Southern Cameroonians join themselves together and tackle the United Nations. Pressure the United Nations. Pressure the British government. We will have an answer that will please all Southern Cameroonians. Some group of Ambazonians went to Belgium, where the European Union members gathered to have a meeting. They went there and deposited a document to the European Union government concerning Southern Cameroon, in which they call Ambazonia. And that is the main reason why I am congratulating them. Because if you quite remember, I presented a video calling and condemning the strategy that the Ambazonians have been using in Southern Cameroon since 2017. And I proposed to them that those that they have to disturb, if they want any change, especially independence, they have to disturb the United Nations organization, the British embassy everywhere in the whole world. That if they disturb them, something will come up. But if they believe that they can disturb by the government of Cameroon, nothing will ever come up. Because the government of Cameroon has corruption. And there is nothing that they can achieve by punishing the people of Southern Cameroon or punishing the military of the Cameroon government. And some group of Ambazonians came out on the 26th of April 2023 and went to Belgium and deposited or hand over a document that is, if you read, that document has 8 points, and those 8 points are very important. But some of them, I'm going to mention them in this video. They urge the European Union that the European Union should table the problem that is going on in Southern Cameroon to the United Nations General Assembly. That is one of the most important points. The United Nations have remained quiet. The United Nations has remained quiet since the Anglophone crisis started. And people have not struggled. They have never tabled it the way they have tabled the problem in Ukraine to the United Nations General Assembly. And many nations are not even aware of it. So if the European Union can table this problem, that what is going on, the genocide that is going on, the killing and the human rights violation that is going on in Southern Cameroon, if the European Union with more than 27 members can table, when I talk about members, I'm talking about 27 nations, can table this issue to the United Nations General Assembly, it will mean a lot. And we should also remember that the government of Cameroon believes so much to the European Union. One of the organizations that the government of Cameroon is afraid of is the European Union. So if the European Union can stand and say something in the United Nations General Assembly concerning the struggle, the punishment or the torture that is going on, the killing that is going on in Southern Cameroon, many people will listen to. If the European Union can stand to talk something about the Anglophone crisis, just know that all the 54 nations in Africa will pay attention and will turn their attention to what is going on, will struggle to investigate, especially the African Union, what is going on in Southern Cameroon. The second thing that they talk about that I'm so much interested in is they talk about that the European Union should urge the United Nations to deploy or to send a peacekeeping forces mission, the soldiers, to Southern Cameroon. And that is one of the most important points. That immediately will stop the killing. in Southern Cameroon. Because if the United Nations peacekeeping mission or forces went to happen to go to Southern Cameroon today, the Ambazonian fighters will not show themselves. Even they show themselves, they will respect themselves, the military of the Cameroon government. Because what the most important point, that if you want to weaken the government of President Paul Biya, is to expose them internationally. Because they always come internationally, especially to the United Nations, they always pretend as if they are angels, that is, they are good people. So if you want to weaken the government of Cameroon, expose them to the United Nations, expose them to the European Union with concrete evidence. And the coming of, the sending of peacekeeping mission to Southern Cameroon will expose the government of President Paul Biya, and the military will disappear automatically. That is one of the simple ways to end. So that is why I'm congratulating this group of Ambazonians who took this way in order to solve, in order to end the marginalization of the people of Southern Cameroon. The other point that I mentioned is that the European Union should urge the United Nations to use preventive diplomacy to end the crisis in Anglophone, in Southern Cameroon. And this is the main reason why the United Nations was created. But the United Nations has failed in this duty. United Nations was created to prevent. But United Nations today have turned into solving a problem, curing, not preventing, but curing issue, coming with it. All what we have been seeing since the Anglophone crisis started is the United Nations condemning and talking and mentioning, producing documents every day and telling us how many Southern Cameroonians are suffering, are in need of humanitarian aid. That is not the reason. The United Nations was supposed to step in when this issue started in 2016. Step in and remain there until it ends. If the United Nations were there in 2016, this crisis wouldn't have been what it is today. So this group of Ambazonians are calling and pleading through the European Union that the United Nations should come in. Now it is not yet late. First, if they send a peacekeeping mission, a soldier, to Southern Cameroon, then step in to bring these two people together, the Southern Cameroonians and the Republic of Cameroon, to really find out what is the root cause of this issue, in which the root cause of this issue is the United Nations. They will discover that they have a big part to play in the problem that we are passing through, and they might solve the problem. And solving the problem will go to another point that this group of Ambazonians talk about, that the independence of Southern Cameroon was voted on the 21st of April 1961 in the United Nations. They will discover all these documents, and they will also discover that all the United Nations trust territory gains their independence without joining any territory except British Cameroon. And they will ask question why. It was because of the influence from British and the French. That is why. And that is one of the issues I am talking about. And then another issue I have to talk about is that they also plead that the European Union should stand as a mediator between French Cameroon and Southern Cameroon. That they should stand as a mediator. Standing as a mediator, if the European Union can investigate to find out the root causes of the Anglophone crisis, many things will be solved. So I am saying again once more, congratulations to those Ambazonians who went to Beijing on the 26th of April 2023 to deposit this. I'm saying congratulations, and I'm pleading on other Ambazonians, because when I look at that pictures, I did not see any all these Ambazonian leader there, like Ayabacho, Sako, Chris Ano, and many others. If they can withdraw and call on and join this group, let all Southern Cameroonians join themselves together and tackle the United Nations, pressure the United Nations, pressure the British government. We will have an answer that will please all Southern Cameroonians.